Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Misty Caples. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's class will be an all levels class focused on our peak pose of half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So you might want to have a block nearby, that kind of comes in handy, or a book. You can also use a book if you don't have a block. You can place your hand on that block or book when we come into half moon or any other time throughout class that you need the floor just a little bit closer to your hands. Blocks come in handy for that. You can also sit on it as well when we get started here. So I want you to always listen and honor where you are in your practice in your body. You should never feel pain in your practice. So anything we do today, if you feel pain, you want to back out of it some or come out of it altogether. You should always feel good after your practice, not that you injured something or pushed yourself too hard. But just enjoy this time on your mat, moving and breathing. Modify anything you need to. So to get started, we're just going to find a comfortable seated position on your mat. So that can be seated in a cross-legged seated position. It could be legs extended. You could be in your butterfly. It is whatever is comfortable for you. You could be sitting on a block or a blanket here. Maybe just take a few moments just to ground yourself. Bring yourself here to this space. Allow your eyes to close and start to take in your surroundings. Okay, just noticing the sounds you might hear. Noticing the sensation of your body on your mat or your props. Smells. Take a body scan. Take notice of how you feel overall today. How you feel physically and mentally, emotionally. And honor that without judgment, without a story. Just be here. Let's take a cleansing breath. I'm going to breathe in through the nose, draw that breath into the belly, up into the chest, and then open the mouth, exhale, release it out. Breathe in through the nose. Draw that breath all the way up the body. Exhale out of the mouth, let it go. One more time, deep breath in, fill up all the way to the top of that inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale, open the mouth. Audible exhale out, release that breath out. And then sealing the lips. And start to breathe in through the nose and out of the nose. Deep breathing here. Maybe hearing the sound of your breath, like calm ocean waves. Let your shoulders soften. Let the tongue release from the roof of your mouth. Let your jaw relax. Sit nice and tall, stacking your shoulders over your hips, your ears over your shoulders. On your next inhale, let's scoop the arms up overhead. We'll connect the palms and bring the hands through to your heart center. Taking a moment here, feel the thumb knuckles toward the center of your chest. Pressing the palms gently together. Anjali Mudra. This is a hand gesture. This helps to balance out the right and left sides of our brain. It helps to center our bodies, our minds, and even calm our nervous system, bringing us more into our parasympathetic system, rest and digest. You could also set an intention here for your practice if you'd like. And then again, inhale, let's scoop the arms up overhead, lift up out of the waist, lengthen through the spine. Bring your palms back through to your heart center. One more time, breathe in, reach up, lift and lengthen. And exhale, palms come together and hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And let's just bring our palms down on our lap for a moment. Roll out your shoulders. Loosen them up. And then let's bring the chin to the chest. Let your head be heavy. And we'll rock the head right and left a few times. Releasing tension and tightness in the neck. And then allow the head to come back up, sitting nice and tall. Awesome. From here, we're going to roll over onto our hands and knees into a tabletop position. If you have any knee issues, you can always kind of roll up your mat or place a blanket underneath your knees if you'd like. When we come into our tabletop, we want to stack our wrists underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips, looking towards the top of the mat. Contract the belly button in towards your spine for a moment. Relax your shoulders back. Nice long spine. And we're going to flow through some cat-cow movements. As you breathe in, let your belly soften toward the mat. Lift your chest and eyes slightly, arching through the spine. As you exhale, press the mat away, round through your spine. Bring your gaze towards your belly button. Inhale, belly softens, lift the chest, the eyes slightly, our cow posture. Exhale, press the mat away, round through your spine, your cat. And let's go ahead, take a few more cat-cow movements. And feel free to invite any other movement that would feel good. Just make this your own. So some other movement suggestions might be some hip circles. Maybe you walk your hands and feet toward each other, taking C curves with your body. You could rock back and forth from child's pose to tabletop. Just whatever you do, just make sure you balance out your sides. And once you feel evened out, you're going to come back to center. And then from here, we're going to go into a balancing tabletop. So let's inhale our left leg back behind us. So extending it back, flex the foot. Lower that left hip down, 2 hips in one line. Contract the belly button in, look towards the top of your mat. Now you can keep both hands down or maybe reach that right arm forward and find length here on your inhale. And then exhale, maybe draw that knee and elbow in toward each other. Inhale, extend out, lengthen, and exhale, bring it in. One more time, inhale, exhale. Inhale, extend it out. Plant the right hand down. Lower the left leg down, but keep it extended. Tuck the toes under. And just maybe rock back and forth here a little bit, pressing that heel away, getting the stretch in the foot and the back of that left leg. And then we're going to take that left leg over to the right. Tuck the toes under, press the heel away, and look back at your left foot. And then we'll come back to center and come back to our tabletop. So before we take that to the other side, let's stretch our wrists a little bit. So maybe turn your fingertips towards the sides of your mat, or maybe you're able to turn the fingertips towards the knees, and you could also do one hand at a time if you like. If your fingertips are towards your knees, you might rock back and forth. And if your fingertips point to the sides of your mat, you might go side to side. Getting into those wrists and forearms. And then we'll bring the palms back to neutral. Right. Now, come back to contracting that belly button in towards the spine. Keeps you stable and protects your back. Let's take our right leg back behind us. Flex the foot like you're pressing a wall away. Lower your right hip in line with your left. Look towards the top of the mat. Keep both hands down, or maybe you start to extend that left arm out. Hold here for a breath. And then on your next exhale, curl the knee and elbow in. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend out. Plant the left hand, lower the right leg, tuck the toes under. Press that heel away. Maybe you rock back and forth here a little bit, getting into the foot and the back of the leg. And then we'll come back to center. Okay, let's take that right leg over to the left. Tuck the toes under. Look back at that back foot. Get that side stretch. And then coming back to center, we're going to come back to our tabletop position. And from here, let's go into a child's pose. Big toes come together to touch. I'm going to take my knees wide. If you want to keep them closer together, you can. We're going to reach our hips back toward our heels. And it's okay if your hips don't come all the way to the heels. And then maybe those arms reach forward. You could flip your palms up for a stretch through the wrist. You could reach back for your heels here if you'd like. Whatever feels good here for you. Maybe the forehead comes down onto the mat or your props. And you can gently take your forehead side to side, massaging that area right there in between your eyebrows, our third eye. And let's take a breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, let it go. And then let's bring ourselves back up into our tabletop position. Hug the belly button in. We're going to tuck the toes under. Come into our first down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the hips. Press the mat away. Little bend to your knees. So you're making an upside down V shape here with your body. Let your head be heavy. Very active through the palms. Grip the mat a little bit with your fingertips. Press your knuckle mounds into the mat to help take some of that pressure out of your wrist. Your heels do not have to come all the way down to the mat. And then maybe pedal the feet here. Sway the hips. And then we'll come back to stillness. Let's come up onto our toes and roll out into a plank position. So your plank, you could be right here on your toes. You could also bring your knees down. Shoulders and hips align here. Contract the belly button in, and you're looking towards the top of your mat. Hold that plank for a moment. And then on your next exhale, without moving your hands or feet, go back into your down dog. Lift your hips towards the sky. And then let's inhale high onto our tippy toes. And we're going to start to tiptoe to the top of our mat into a forward fold. Just bending the knees as much as you need to. Feet about hip width apart or 2 fists width apart. Marry your belly, your chest towards your thighs. As long as you don't get lightheaded, let your head just be heavy. If you do get lightheaded or dizzy, dropping your head below your heart. Bring your head above your heart. You might even come up to standing in your mountain pose. Now, if you're in this forward fold, you might sway a little side to side. You can bind here, elbow to elbow. You could take a bind behind your back. So whatever you need here, just let go, let gravity take over. Maybe you shake something off that you just don't need to carry with you today through your practice. We carry a lot of stuff with us. It's no wonder our bodies and our minds are just so worn out. So this is kind of your reset button here. Just let go. On your next inhale, we're going to come up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release, let it go. Let's do that again. Inhale, halfway, lift. Create that length through the spine, the back of your neck. Hug the belly button in. And then exhale, release, and let it go. Bend the knees here. Hug the belly button in. And let's roll up as slow as we can. Neck and head are last to come up. And we're making our way into our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Okay? Then you can make any little adjustments you need to. Clothes, hair, whatever you need. Right? And then just settle in. Find stillness. Find a little standing meditation. Okay? Close your eyes. Roll the shoulders back and down. Let your palms shine forward. Spread the toes. Feel your big toes, your pinky toes, and your heels on your mat. Breathe in through the nose and out of the nose. Relax your jaw. Let the tongue release from the roof of your mouth. And then we're going to flow through just a couple of sun salutations. So we'll do this together. You can skip anything you need to skip. And it's just going to kind of wake up our bodies, get some energy moving through our bodies. Let's inhale the arms up overhead, palms touch. Maybe you look up towards the lifted palms. And then let's cactus the arms here on the exhale, maybe even a little baby back bend. Make an imprint of your heart on the sky. Inhale, let's reach. And then exhale, let's hinge from our hips, fold forward, let it go. Let's take a halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold. We're going to step back into our plank position. Toes or knees. Hug the belly button and look towards the top of the mat. Shoulders back. On your next inhale, you're going to hug those elbows in tight towards your side body. Lower your chest between your hands. We're going to keep our hands right underneath our shoulders. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Engage your glutes, your quads. Feel your kneecaps slightly lift up off your mat. Keep your legs down on the mat. Inhale your cobra pose. I'm going to start off with just a little baby cobra, lifting the chest, shoulders back, and exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes, press up into tabletop or plank, back into your down dog. Take a moment, pedal the feet if you like. Hug the belly button in. Let's tiptoe to the top of the mat again. Forward fold. Let's take a halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, release, and let it go. Root to rise. Let's float the arms up overhead. Palms touch. Maybe look up towards your lifted hands. And then exhale, cactus the arms. Maybe that little baby back bend. Inhale, let's reach. Exhale, back into that forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Let's step back into that plank position again. Hold here, nice and strong, great job. As you inhale, shift forward, hug the elbows in. This time, maybe you lower halfway, chaturanga, or all the way down. Untuck those toes, inhale, cobra. I'm going to go a little higher. You go to where it's right for your back. And lower down. Tuck the toes, press into tabletop or plank, back into your down dog. Pedal out the feet. I'm going to bend the knees. Look up between the hands. You might step, hop, or tiptoe again to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Let's take a halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold, let it go. Root to rise. Let's float the arms up overhead. Bring your palms together, hands to your heart, and pause in Tadasana, your mountain pose. Take a few breaths here, breathing in through the nose, out of the nose. We're going to come into Utkatasana, our chair pose. So with your chair, your big toes could come together to touch. There's a little space between your heels. Or your feet could be hip width apart or 2 fists width apart again. We're going to inhale nice and tall. And as we exhale, we're going to sit back in a really low chair. Right? Sitting back to where the heels, chest is lifted. Your hands might stay at your heart center, or you might reach the arms up. Relax those shoulders. Also known as fierce pose. Really nice and strong here. Press the hips back. Keep the chest lifted. Take a breath in. Breath out. Sink into it a little bit more. And then fold forward. Let it go. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Let's float the arms up overhead. This time, let's interlace our fingers down to the webbing. Cross your thumbs. Release your index fingers. So you're squeezing those palms together. And let's tick-tock right to left. And then coming back to center. Let's release those arms right back down by our side for a moment. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, everyone, let's inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, let it go. Step back into your plank, your option to take that flow again or to press right back into your down dog. Let's inhale our right leg up towards the ceiling or sky and bend that right leg. Open up through that right hip. Press the mat away. Hug the belly button in. Pull your knee in towards your belly button. Knee to nose cheetah. Back up 3-point. We're going to look forward and we're going to work our right foot to the top of the mat. You might be able to step it right there. You might have to use your hand to bring that foot there or come through tabletop. How we want to end up is with our right knee stacked over our ankle and we're pressing our left heel towards the back of the mat. Inhale, lift your chest. Now let's lower that left knee down. Low lunge. Sink the hips down and forward. For right now, let's just bring our hands to our thigh. You can always keep them down on the mat or on blocks. And we're going to straighten up a little bit. Inhale. And then exhale. Let's sink into it. We're coming down toward that left quad. Inhale. Come back up. Exhale, sink into it. Make sure that right knee is not going over your toes. If it is, shift that right foot forward a little bit. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink into it. Great job. Plant the hands. Shift the hips back, half split. Great place for some blocks or books underneath your hands if you'd like. Flex your toes towards your knee and press that heel away. Reach your chest towards your toes. Press that right hip back a little bit. We're going to bend back into that right leg. Plant your left hand down. Let's take that right arm and open it up. We're finding a twist. You might tuck your left toes under and lift that left knee up. Revolve side angle. Let's bring that right hand down. And we're going to start to open up to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So root down through your feet. Start to bring yourself up. All right, so in our Warrior 2 posture, right heel is lined up with the middle of our back foot. We might pigeon toe that left big toe in. And then reach those arms out nice and strong here. Right, shoulders are stacked over your hips. We're not leaning too far into the future or too far in the past. We want to stay right here in the present moment. Then lower that left hip down and forward a little bit more, trying to make a 90-degree angle with that right leg. Look right over that right middle finger. Hug your belly button in. Let's flip our right palm up. Peaceful warrior. Right arm up and over. Stay right here. Straighten your front leg. Straight-legged, peaceful. Keep both legs straight, We're going to windmill the arms down. Right hand comes down to the inside of that right leg, or a block here. Great place to place a block. Left arm reaching up towards the sky. We want to stack our left shoulder on top of our right. We're not dumping weight into this right side. We're reaching up with our left side. If this bothers your shoulder with your arm lifted, you can always bring your hand to your hip. And then maybe you look up towards that lifted hand. Lean back like you have a wall supporting you. Let's bend back into that front leg, back into peaceful. And then we're going to go into a side angle. Right arm might rest lightly right now on that right thigh. Left arm might go back up towards the sky or up and over that left ear. I like to do like a little circle, just one time. Just kind of open that shoulder a little bit more. And I'm not dumping weight into that right arm. Lift through that left side. Lower your left hip down and forward. Root down through the outer edge of that back foot. Maybe rotate and look towards your left underarm. Let's come back into peaceful warrior. Inhale. We're going to go into a lizard lunge here. Let's bring both hands down to the inside of our right foot. Walk your right foot over to the edge of your mat. Lower that left knee down. Sink your hips down and forward. Now this might be a great place for your block if you like. So you can be on your palms, or you might be able to come down to your forearms. If you're somewhere in between, that's where this block will come in handy. You could bring your forearms to that block. Okay? Look towards the top of your mat. Keep sinking the hips down and forward. And you might come out on the outer edge of that right foot and press that right inner thigh away. Rotate your heart towards the ceiling or towards the sky. Take a breath in. Breath out. Come back to center. We're just going to keep that right foot there for right now. Tuck the left toes under. Come into warrior one. So I'm going to ground down through that back foot again. This time, warrior two is an open hip posture. Warrior one, neutral hip. Both hips and shoulders facing towards the top of your mat. Maybe those arms reach up and your biceps frame your ears. Inhale, exhale, sink into this. Press the right hip back. Hold your warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. And breathe. Now let's bring our hands to our heart center. Okay. Take a breath in, breath out. We're going to plant the hands down. Step your left foot up about halfway. Pyramid pose. Great place for a block. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over that right leg. Your feet are like they're on railroad tracks, not a tightrope. So you should have some space between your right and left foot. Press your right hip back. Think forehead towards your right knee. Pyramid pose. Breathe in and breathe out. And then we're going to go into a standing split. Let's keep our hands down on the mat. Start to take that left leg and lift it towards the sky. Still folding over that right leg, forehead towards the knee. Press your heel towards the sky. Engage your glutes. Hold here in your standing split. Take a breath in. Breath out. Let's lower that left foot down by our right. We're in our forward fold. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Let's float the arms up overhead. Palms come together, hands to your heart. We're going to go into a figure four chair. So we're going to take our left leg, come up into a stork position. Cross the left leg over your right. Press your hips back like you're sitting in chair. You're making a number four shape here with your legs. Keep pressing the hips back, chest is lifted. Hands can be at your heart, or you could reach the arms up. Now, no worries if you're shaking and wobbling or falling out of it or coming back into it. Standing on one foot is not the easiest thing to do. Give yourself some grace. Take a breath in, breath out. Let's come back up into our stork. Step back, high lunge. Take a big step back. Take up space on your mat. You're on the ball of that left foot. Press your right hip back. Inhale. Exhale. Open arm twist towards that right leg. Let's reverse this. Exalted warrior. Bring the hands down. Step back into your plank. You can take your flow here if you like, or meet me in down dog, or even a child's pose if you'd like. Breathe. Left side. Let's inhale our left leg up. We're going to bend our left leg, open up through that left hip, press the mat away. Hug the belly button in, pull your left knee in towards your belly button, knee to nose cheetah. Back up, 3-point. We're going to work that left foot to the top of our mat, however you'd like to get there. Remember, you can step, you can use your hand, come through tabletop. Your inner runner's lunge, inhale, lift your chest, lengthen, and then exhale, lower that right knee down. Sink the hips down and forward. Hands can always stay down on the mat or blocks or books. Bring your hands here to the thigh. Now I'm interlacing my fingers to the webbing, bringing the palms face down on that leg. We're going to lengthen on the inhale, exhale, sink into this. Straighten on your inhale. Exhale, sink. Remember not to press that left knee past your toes. If you are, shift that left foot forward a little bit. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, sink into this. Great job. Let's plant the hands down. Shift your hips back. Here we go, our half split. Flex the toes towards your face. Press the heel away. Press that left hip back. Breathe. Take a breath in and breath out. Let's bend back into that front leg. Plant the right hand down, mat or block. Left arm reaches up. Now we want that wrist right underneath our shoulder on that right arm. You might look towards that lifted hand. And if you like, you could tuck the right toes under. Lift that right knee up for revolve side angle. Bring that left hand down. We're going to open up, warrior two again. So build the foundation with your feet first, okay? We want our left heel lined up with our right heel. Maybe pigeon toe that right big toe in. Contract the belly button in. Squeeze your glutes. Relax your shoulders. Lower that right hip down and forward a little bit more. Flip that left palm and peaceful warrior. We're going to straighten the front leg. Come into your triangle. Both legs are straight. Left hand comes down to the leg or a block. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Maybe you look towards the lifted hand. Lean back a little bit. Bending back into your front leg, peaceful warrior. Let's come into our side angle. Left arm might rest on that left thigh. You can always take it along the inside of your leg as well. Right arm might reach up towards the sky or over your ear. I'm going to add up one little circle here. Not dumping weight into that left side. Reach up with your right side. Keep lowering that right hip down and forward and press your left knee towards your pinky toe. Let's come back to peaceful warrior. Inhale. On your exhale, windmill the hands down, both hands to the inside of your left foot, lizard. Let's walk that left foot over to the edge of our mat. Right? Untuck the toes. Now palms, maybe your forearms. Maybe your forearms are on your block. Okay. Breathe. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Feeling discomfort is okay. We might stretch areas that are tight on your body. So it's really important to try to focus on your breath, giving your body time to relax and release in that posture. Maybe you come out on the outer edge of the left foot, press the left inner thigh away, and rotate your heart towards the sky. and then we'll come back. We're going to kind of keep that left foot right where it is. Tuck the right toes under. And we're going to come up for warrior one. So I'm building that foundation with the feet first. You want your feet planted and grounded. Then you work your way up, right? Hug the belly button in. Squaring off hips and shoulders. Think of your shoulders for warrior one like headlights in your car. Bending into that left leg. Maybe those arms reach up and the biceps frame your ears. You can always have your hands at your hips or your heart center. Okay. Rooting down through the outer edge of that back foot. Nice and strong here in your warrior one. Take a breath in. Breath out. Let's sink into a little bit more. Let's bring our hands to our heart. We're going to bring our hands down to frame our left foot. We're going to step our right foot up about halfway, like they're on railroad tracks. Right? I'm going to use my block here. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, fold over that left leg. Think forehead towards your knee. Keep pressing your left hip back. Right hip comes forward. Two hips to the line. Relax your jaw. Breathe in through the nose and out of your nose. And then from here, I'm going to go into that standing split. So I'm going to continue to fold over that left leg and start to lift that right leg. It does not have to go real high. Right? Square off your hips. Bring your right hip down a little bit. Squeeze the glutes. Right foot meets your left. Forward, fold. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Let's float the arms up overhead. Bring your palms together. Hands come through to your heart. We're going to go into our figure four chair on the other side. So rooting down through your left foot. You're going to bring the right leg up to stork. Now keep your core engaged and engage your glutes. It's going to help stabilize your body. You're going to flex that right foot. Cross that right leg over the left. Press the hips back. Keep the chest lifted. Hands could stay at your heart or the arms might reach up. And shaking, wobbling is normal. Falling out of it is normal, but then see if you can try to get back into it. Don't give up. Awesome. Let's come back to stork. Hands to your heart center. Take up space as you take a big step back, lunge. All of that right foot is on the mat, squaring off your hips, and then maybe you reach those arms up. Press that left hip back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Plant the hands. Step back into your plank. You can take your flow here if you like, or skip it. You can always press into your down dog or take a child's pose. Let's take a breath in through the nose. Open the mouth. Exhale. Let it go. Let's go ahead and lower the knees down. If you want to take a child's pose for a moment, go ahead. I'm going to grab a little sip of water. You can do that as well. I'm practicing outside. It's very humid out here tonight. It's Georgia. All right, shake everything out. You're in child's pose. You might, again, rock that forehead side to side. Shift your hips back side to side. Right, and if you're not in child's pose, let's come into child's pose. And we're going to walk our hands over to the left side. Right, they might come off the mat, and your right hand might even come on top of your left. Let that right shoulder relax and reach your right hip back towards your right heel. And then let's walk our hands over to the right side. Maybe that left hand comes on top of that right. And then let's come back to center. Take a breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale. Let it go. All right, let's make our way back into our down dog. So just a little bit more work here. We're gonna do our half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Right. So we're gonna go inhale, our right leg back up, bend the right leg, open up to that right hip. And then let's pull that right knee in toward our belly button again, knee to nose, press the mat away. Back up, 3-point. We're gonna look forward, we're gonna step or help our right foot to the top of our mat again. This time we're gonna go right into our warrior two posture. Bending into that right leg, reaching those arms out. Now have your block nearby, because we are gonna go into half moon. That block might come in handy for your hand. Here's our warrior two, nice and strong, bending into that right leg. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Now we're gonna straighten our front leg. We're gonna come forward, little micro bend in that right knee, and I'm gonna press off that back foot, and I'm gonna start to stack my left hip on top of the right. Let me move down a little bit. There we go. Stack that left hip on top of the right, left shoulder on top of the right, and I'm keeping my right toes pointed directly to the top of the mat. We tend to want to move that right foot in different directions to help compensate for our balance. But you want that right foot to point directly to the top of the mat, stacking that left hip on top of your right, left shoulder on top of your right. You can always look down to help with your focus, or if you want to challenge your balance, you start to look up towards the sky. Breathe, don't hold your breath. And then we're going to very slowly lower back into our warrior two. Peaceful warrior, inhale. We're going to windmill our hands down, frame your right foot. We're going to step back into our plank. Take your flow here if you like, or down dog or child's pose. Take a breath in and breath out. Let's inhale our left leg up. Bend the left leg. Open up through that left hip. And then we're going to draw that left knee in toward our belly button, knee to nose. Back up, 3-point. Let's work that left foot to the top of our mat again. Left knee over our ankle, our runner's lunge. Inhale. Exhale, open up. Warrior two. So in your warrior two, your left foot is pointed directly to the top of the mat. That's how it should stay for that half moon. Bending into that left leg, reach those arms away. Relax your shoulders. Core is engaged. Glutes are engaged. Peaceful warrior. Inhale. Let's straighten the front leg. We're going to start to reach that left arm forward. I'm going to put a little micro bend in that left knee as I press off that back foot. Let me move down a little bit. So you're stacking your right hip on top of your left. Right shoulder on top of your left shoulder. Flex your foot. Your right leg's not going higher than your hip. Your gaze might be down at the mat, or again, you can start to look towards the sky. Stay focused, stay with your breath. And then we're going to slowly lower down, warrior two. Try to make that as graceful as we can. If it wasn't, that's okay. Warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Let's windmill the hands down, frame that left foot. Step back into your plank position. Take your flow here if you like, or press right into down dog or child's pose. Let's take a breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Let it go. Let's travel to the top of our mat, however you like to get there. Take a halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Let's float the arms up overhead. Bring your palms together, hands to your heart. And then let's bring our heels and toes together to touch. So we're going to start to lower down onto our mat. Where we're going to go is into a toe squat, and then we're going to come into Navasana, our boat pose. It's some core work. Now, as we go into this toe squat, if your knees do not like it, just come right down to your seat. All right. Shoulders back. Find a focal point. Start to lift your heels. Hug the belly button in, and we're going to have to start to lower the hips towards the heels. As I slide down like an imaginary wall here, staying focused. Okay. Here we are in a little toe stand. Now we're going to lower the bum down. Come into a boat pose. So I'm kind of balancing on that tailbone. Chest is lifted. Arms can be lifted or come back behind your thighs. Legs could be bent, or you could straighten them if you'd like. Hug the belly button in. Chest is lifted. Relax your shoulders. Keep that core engaged and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the feet down. Give yourself a big hug. Breathe. All right. Let's take a moment to come into a seated forward fold. So we're going to come into Baddha Konasana, our bound ankle pose. Bringing the soles of the feet together. You can shift a little side to side, settle into those sit bones, feel equal weight in your right and left side. Knees gently coming down towards the floor, wherever that is for you. We're going to sit nice and tall on our inhale, and then exhale, let's fold forward. Let your head be heavy. You can round here. Just let all that you just did, just let it be in the past now. Right here, you're in this forward fold. Just letting go and breathing. Let the tongue release from the roof of your mouth. Take a breath in and breath out. And slowly bring ourselves back up, sitting nice and tall. And we'll bring our knees together. Let's sit back for a moment, windshield wiper the legs, a little side to side. If you want to add a reverse tabletop here, you can. Feet will be about hip width apart, palms shoulder width apart. I do have my fingertips pointing toward my hips, but other people have taken their fingertips and pointed toward the other end of their mat. Okay. Hug the belly button in, press up, try to make that reverse tabletop position. And then slowly lower down. Let's extend the legs out in front of us. Hug the belly button in. Arms reach forward, tuck the chin slightly, flex your feet. See how slowly you might lower down onto your mat, nice and controlled. Awesome job, everyone. All right, we're not quite in Shavasana yet, but take a moment, settle onto your back, and just notice how that feels. Right, let's draw the knees in towards our chest. Give yourself a nice little hug. Maybe rock a little side to side. All right, let's plant the feet down. We're going to take 2 back bends. So if you do have any back issues, skip that altogether if you need to. You can also take your block, or book even, you can use that for a supported back bend if you want. You can maybe that wide part or this narrow part and place it underneath of you, right underneath at your sacrum, low back area, that flat part. And you can do a supported bridge posture right here. That can feel really good. Okay. If you're coming into full bridge, you're going to walk your heels close to your bum. Your fingertips are going to reach for your heels, and you're trying to get your middle finger to graze the back of your heel. Knees are going to stay hip width apart. We're going to keep our eyes on towards the sky. Squeeze the glutes, lift your hips, and bring your chest towards your chin, rolling up towards your shoulders. You can keep your arms down by your side or start to shimmy those shoulders underneath of you, bringing your shoulder blades toward each other like they're coming together to kiss. And then maybe bind your hands underneath of you, using your triceps to lift you a little bit higher. Keep bringing the chest to the chin. Keep engaging the glutes, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. Let's take our breath in, breath out. And then lower back down. Awesome. Let's take the soles of the feet together. Supta Baddha Konasana, supine bound ankle. And just pause. I like to place a hand on the heart and belly. You can do any options with your arms and hands. Just breathe. Bring the knees back together. You could take another bridge posture, supported bridge, skip it all together. You could take a wheel posture. So I'm going to try my wheel here. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, just to show you what wheel is. So wheel, your hands come by your ears and your fingertips are pointed towards your shoulders. You're keeping your elbows shoulder width apart. I'm going to press into the hands and feet. We're going to see how this goes. There we go. There's a wheel posture. Pressing your chest towards the wall or wherever you are. Press it towards the top of your mat. And when you lower out of your wheel, tuck your chin first. Lower down slowly and come down. And if you're still in your bridge posture, you want to start to come out of that. How'd everyone do? All right, let's keep your legs bent. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Let your knees fall in toward each other, constructive resting pose. Let that spine kind of relax back out after those back bends. And then we can windshield wiper the legs a little side to side. And then we're going to let the legs come over to the right side and let them stay over to the right. And I kind of have my legs staggered here. So then I'm going to take my right foot and I'm going to place it on top of my left leg for a deeper stretch here. If that does not feel good for you, release that right foot from that left leg and just stay in a supine twist. You can turn your head and look towards the left. Cactus arms out to the side like a T. It's up to you. Sometimes I like to just take them up over my head. Relax your shoulders and breathe. If that right foot is on that left leg, release it. And we're going to windshield wiper the legs over to the left side. You can keep them just like this, right? Staggered. Or maybe that left foot comes on top of that right leg. So right thigh. And turn your head and look towards the right. That gives you that stretch through your neck. Relax your shoulders. Come back and release that left foot from your right leg. Come back up to neutral. Let's draw the knees back in toward our chest. Rock a little side to side. And then let's take a full body stretch. Extend the legs, extend the arms. Maybe take a yawn. And I like to end with an inversion of some kind. Inversions do not always mean like headstands and handstands. It could be taking your legs straight up towards the ceiling or towards the sky. You might take that block, place underneath of you, and extend the legs straight up. You could also come into a happy baby. So I'm going to turn just a little bit here so you can see. Happy baby, hands can come to the outside or even the inside of your feet, pulling your knees down towards your armpits. And you can kind of just play around with that, rock a little side to side. You want to melt your sacrum down towards the mat. Right? There's also a shoulder stand, but you really got to be careful with your neck here. So if you do come into a shoulder stand, you can do that, but keep looking straight up towards the ceiling or sky, whatever your view is. Right? So take a moment, take what you need. I'm going to take that block, place it underneath, because this just feels really good today. Also, legs up the wall is a great option as well. Very calming for your nervous system. You do this posture except your legs are up against the wall. All right. Just take a moment. Let the fluid move the other direction. It's so good. Gives our heart a little break here. Take a breath in, breath out. And we're going to slowly start to come out of this, and we're going to go into Shavasana, corpse pose. A lot of people like to skip Shavasana, but it's just as important as everything we just did. It's the time not only to rest, but for our bodies to kind of take in all the benefits from our practice today. We are constantly moving all the time. We don't even pause enough to even notice how we feel. Right? This time is for our bodies, our nervous system. Right? So it's really important. So I'm going to have us start to come into this. You can be on your back, you could be seated, you could do legs up the wall, you can lay on your block or blanket or bolster, whatever you have at home. Just allowing yourself to be comfortable so you can start to find stillness. Maybe allowing your eyes to close. Maybe you have some soft music playing in the background, or a lavender scented towel across your face. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth. Exhale. Let it go and let the ground support you. Soften your shoulders. Relax your fingers, your toes. Muscles relax, the arms and the legs. Soften the belly. Release your glutes. Let your breath just happen. You're not controlling anything in this moment. Just take a few moments to be still. Take as long as you'd like in your Shavasana. I'm going to start to lead us out of it, but please feel free to stay in it as long as you would like. We want to start to deepen our breath, feeling the rise and fall of your belly and your chest. Invite movement into your fingers and your toes. rotating your wrists and your ankles, rocking the head a little side to side. Take that full body stretch again. Extend the legs, extend the arms. And drawing the knees back in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice little hug. Just thank yourself for carving this time out today for you. It's not always easy to do that, but it's so important. You have 24 hours in a day. Take at least 1 hour to do something completely for you. And from here you can make your way to your right or left side in a fetal position for a moment. Use your arm or any of your props for a pillow. And then we'll slowly start to bring ourselves up into our seated position. You might keep your eyes closed for just a few moments more. Just sitting again in any way that's right for you. Let's inhale, scoop the arms up. And as you exhale, palms come back through to your heart center. Allow the chin to drop slightly towards your chest and honor your practice here today. And you just thank yourself again for showing up for you. We're going to end with one cleansing breath, and then we'll end with the sound of Om. Let's breathe in through the nose, fill up all the way. Exhale out of the mouth, let it go. Inhale through the nose. It's been an honor to share this practice and space with each of you today. Thank you for sharing your beautiful practice. The light in me honors and loves and respects the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining in. I hope you enjoyed your practice today. If you're enjoying this channel, I ask that you hit that subscribe button. I'll be bringing more videos as well, a variety. As I've mentioned before, chair, all levels, power, some meditation, some breath work, maybe just some shorter videos to walk through some different postures and different things in our practice. So I'm really excited about this journey and to be able to share this with you. Always feel free to reach out with questions or comments. If you're interested in just having some music playing for your practice, I am more than happy to share a playlist with you. I love putting playlists together. I have a lot. So I'm more than happy to send you one of those as well. Thank you so much again for showing up. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.